Good evening, APUS eSports Club, and welcome back to the podcast. My name is Emily. I am the secretary of the APUS eSports Club. I also go by Scrubby, and I am accompanied today with my lovely co-host.
Hey, it's Wesley, aka Hoshi Kageli, aka Hoshi, and we got a special guest with us, one of our main esports club officers and game managers for Call of Duty, JP, or is it like to go by as this? So say hello to the people.
Going on, everybody. Glad you guys have me on today. Really do appreciate it.
No, it's really good. Yeah, me and this we play a lot of games together outside of the club, and we were coaching the Call of Duty team that we had for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, give us a little rundown on how you found yourself, because you're not just the Call of Duty manager for the APUS eSports Club. You're also the Army Esports COD manager, correct?
Correct.
That's nice. So how did you find yourself up in that realm? Or was it kind of a hey you detail, or is this kind of like something you were interested in, or you suck out? Just lay it on us.
So I've been in this past June was 10 years for me, and when I was in Korea, um,
Years.
yeah, long time. I got 10 more left.
Good luck.
But when I was in Korea, Army Esports was the starting blocks. It was very, very, very brand new at the time, and they had introduced competitive sports games, NBA 2K and Madden.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big advocate, and I love NBA 2K. So that's what initially got me wanting to try out for the official team and like get like I guess my foot in the door on the competitive esports side, specifically for NBA 2K. Unfortunately, fortunately, I got to the second round of tryouts for the team. However, between me being in Korea and it was mainly based out of the United States, that was the time constraints that really played the biggest part. And then they ended up going with Xbox only teams.
Oh,
That's what they was
boo.
trying to so that's what they
Boo.
was trying to promote and like advocate and push for. So unfortunately, I am Team Sony till day I die. PlayStation all the
I
way.
mean, you could just get both though, you know.
I did. So that's what I did. I was like, the button layout is the same, different controller. I did
Uh-huh.
that, and so that's what initially got me in there. So then when I left Korea, I came back to the States, and I was like, hey, I want to do this. I want to be more into it.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I was able to join the Army Esports Discord, and I saw that they had certain positions available. And I'm big on outreach networking and like meeting new people. So the community events manager role definitely stuck out to me. And I reached out to a couple of the people that basically like run Army Esports as a whole from Fort Knox.
Mm-hmm.
And they explained to me the role. And I was like, yeah, I want that. Interview for it, got the role. I want people to know that for Army Esports side, it's voluntary based. It's it's a so a lot of people didn't know that. So it is voluntary based. A lot of the recruiters have a portion in it. It's through the Army recruiting program. So like the funding, whether they go to the events and whatnot, is through Army recruiting. It's not necessarily like Army esports separate. We
Yeah.
do get certain things separate from Army recruiting, but our main like basically our parent organization is Army recruiting because that's what the Army esports is for, is a recruiting tool to bring in new soldiers to not only be you are a soldier, but you can also be a soldier and play video games. And then once you get past that, you can be a soldier, play video games competitively.
Gotcha.
Yeah, see the
Yeah.
whole Army esports thing. It came out about, I think it came out like 2 years after I get out. Well, that's when I discovered it. Because I got out 2018, and
hmm
so like I think 2020 is when we met. Yeah,
because I was in my
yeah.
last unit, and that's when I found out through APUS and then playing
That
2K.
and that's how we got into each other because of the club.
Yes.
It connected us, and then you connected me with the Army esports, and then we just kind of kept fostering that relationship. But I mean, I think it's a good thing that Army is evolving and trying to transition into a more digital based platform, and then just kind of shifting with the times ahead. Because I mean, Army not gonna get smaller, and they need to figure out how they're gonna keep these young bucks in there.
Yeah,
But
especially with
two,
them low recruitment numbers this year, right? Like,
yeah.
but so
Across the board, man.
so you guys
Unfortunately,
met originally playing Madden, but
no 2K,
2K.
2K.
2K
Okay.
via the club.
Sorry, I do the sports ball.
Yeah,
So
sports ball.
anything that isn't like a shoot 'em up, it's just like whatever EA made it, not a fan kind of thing. But now, Dis, you are one of our COD guys.
Yes.
So could you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing with our COD team?
So, I joined APUE. I want to say around 2020, and they were looking for certain roles, and we was trying to get it reestablished. There was a when it comes to esports, you got to have the continuity, or the continuation of it, because when people leave, things fall by the wayside. And at the time, they were looking for to like start it back up again, the entire club from basically from ground up.
What do we
And
know about that, right, guys?
yeah, so I play COD. I've gotten I've gotten competitively since being the coach or and whatnot. But at the time, there's nobody that stepped up to be like the COD coach, and I knew that it was like a big game, CDL Warzone, and I was like, you know what, I'll take that responsibility. I'll try to like get something organized to the point where we can have a APUE COD team.
Right.
And so this past season year, we were in a collegiate Call of Duty CDO tournament, and it was definitely an eye opener for across the board, between skill levels and like teaching, mentoring, coaching, because I also go to AMU for Army eSports, so it kind of goes hand in hand of why I like doing esports so much. But having to see the behind the scenes and the organizing and whatnot, it definitely was a good experience once things were established. And that was like one of the biggest like hurdles we had to overcome, was getting something established.
Yeah,
Because everybody that was part of the team was the first time playing together, and for APUE, it wasn't a already established COD team for Warzone or CDO.
Yeah. So I know. So let's dig into that a little. So this past year was the first time we had like a really big COD team together. Who played with you?
So we had Sky Molly. I'm using their gamer tags.
Yeah, that's what we mainly go by.
Okay.
So
So Sky Molly and Actual. I've met them. Actually, I knew Sky and Actual from Army eSports side on the COD scene before I even realized that they was actually a part of the school. So those two definitely, yeah. So that definitely helped us out. We had a let me see her name, Phoenix. I know Phoenix was part of the team.
It was Phoenix and James.
Phoenix and James, yes. And then we had one other one, but unfortunately between Jam. But between work and school, it was definitely hard for him to like be a part of the team consistently. And he was like, he voiced it saying that, hey, I got, work or something going on. So that was the biggest hurdle of like getting a solidified schedule for the CDL scene, because between Warzone, those two game modes, Warzone, you don't necessarily have to do like continual or like scheduled practices, because it's one map.
Right.
Whereas CDL, you have different maps and different game modes. And
Well,
what I was telling, what's up?
Well, I disagree. I think the thing with Warzone is, while you don't have
Mr.
to.
Not on the COD team.
Oh, I was on it. What are you talking about?
He was. I would say, yeah, he was.
I mean, this season, but you're an alumni.
I mean, I had to play like 4 matches.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think the thing with Warzone is you do have to practice kind of like your rotations, your kind of like what spots you're gonna take, what you're gonna do in worst case
We
scenario.
gonna land,
Knowing
boys.
the button to press to put a mine down when you're surrounded
Yeah,
by enemies.
that button, and things like that. So it's like it's not as stringent, because like with CDL, you just gotta have different maps, different type of rule sets. You don't have to just drop in and go. Warzone, you can just drop in and go. But
Yeah.
the practice is still really good because it allows you the opportunity to learn and adapt from different cases. So just playing the game itself is really good practice for Warzone as much as CDL. But that's another story.
But no, so Dis, you were saying for the CDL maps, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the importance of practicing on those as opposed to like what Wes is saying, the difference between Warzone and CDL?
So from our experience, with as Hosh West was saying, when it comes to Warzone, or when it comes to CDL, so there's certain maps, and this is for the current Call of Duty, not for Black Ops 6 that's coming out next month. But for current Call of Duty, when you have the game modes and maps, there are certain spawn points because it's only 2 teams. So you have spawn point A for team A and spawn point B for team B. And then you have the game modes of hard point, search and story, people's fan favorite, and then so when you have those, you have to know, hey, for instance, insertion or I forgot the game mode, control, you got to know where the objective is going to be and know how to get there or how to flank and how to cover certain lanes, because as you can see in COD maps in previous, and still now you can technically see it, the 3-lane rule where you have left, center, and right. And they're like the 3 main routes. However, if you go center, you can still like kind of veer off left and right, or if you go far right, you can still kind of be different positioning. But those positions matter when you need to like cover cover the objective.
Right.
And when you have, and since it's teams of 4, you can hop in by yourself and learn it, but it doesn't do you justice if you're not practicing
the whole team.
With your team.
Yeah,
yes, because you have the AR guys and the SMG guys, people that have the tacticals, people that have the trophy systems. So you got to have, everybody has to know what they're special in,
right?
Such as long or short weapon.
And then like I haven't played COD specifically, but like you said, there's different routes that you can take, and I'm sure the different kind of classes that COD have, some of them lend to each route a little better or a little worse depending on where the objective is. Would you say you can kind of like hash that out? Well, let me rephrase it. Would you say working on that is something you have to do kind of through practice with your team, like what you focus on? Or is that like the mythical gamer sense that people get? Like where you can kind of anticipate what the enemy team is doing? That mythical gamer sense. It's a little bit of both.
So for CDO, there's CDO rules. So in Call of Duty, since the creation of CDO, you can go into a CDO, or you can set up a custom CDO match, and it will filter and it will filter out certain attachments, weapons, certain things that you can't use in like a regular public a multiplayer setting, just because of the competitive side. Whereas, I was the guy that walked around with the riot shield, the bouncing Betty, and a shotgun, and like that was my go-to.
Right.
However, in CDL, you gotta play more tactical based, more team based, so you may not need that.
No riot shields, kid.
No riot shields. You heard it here.
So when you're practicing with that team, identify, hey, are you, first of all, identify, their playing style. You have the rushes with the SMG because it's quick for mobility, left and right movements, and you have your long weapons, your long guns, your ARs that can be able to play. They can hold down a lane because they're able to stay on the other end and then be able to still fire effectively at the other team.
Right.
So when you practicing with your team, and don't be one dimensional. I would say that don't just if you're AR, then be great at AR, but don't make that your only thing.
You mean I can't be a one-trick pony with like 5,000 hours?
So I say that only because if it depends on your teammates. So if you have 5 people on your team, right, and you only can play 4, you don't want. I mean, I can say if they play effectively, you can have 3 ARs, or more ARs than SMGs.
Here's the thing.
Let me hear your opinion.
Because I competed in Call of Duty, so I know this part a little bit. Like this is a hard target. So that takes heart. So as a role, you have a role in a specific play style that is in that role.
Mhm.
So if I personally I am a flex player, meaning I play subs and ARs. And your flex will basically, certain maps you do better with having one more extra AR versus having one more extra sub, and vice versa. Um, those guys are what you like to call your all rounders, the guys that can do multiple things and one's the multifaceted person. But you definitely want to have a straight up AR whose the only job is to do AR things, and you definitely want to have your main subs, and your main subs would be either your entry sub or your OBJ player. And the OBJ player has a little more flexibility because sometimes when you need a third AR, they pick up that and play a little bit slower. But your main sub is your entry sub. That's the most fastest player. The twitchy reflexes, the movement guys. You want those
Sweat.
guys on the sub. Yeah, you want those guys on the subs and only
Crack
subs
guys.
because they provide that pressure. And in the game like Call of Duty, you need to provide. And most times you got to provide as much pressure and as much map control, which come from your main sub and your main AR.
Remind me to not be either of those if I ever try out for the Call of Duty team. Too much
You
pressure on me
should
makes
not
me
try
cry.
out for the Call of Duty. You should not try out for the Call of Duty.
What do
You
you
can
mean? I
podcast
did
for
so
us.
good in that
You can
first
podcast for
match,
us.
right?
Listen.
If I have footage
We
of
have
it,
that.
I'll put it in the background.
We have that Call of Duty event coming up, right? You still working on that this weekend, right? Or is
Yes.
it next weekend? This
So
weekend.
so it is this weekend.
We say knowing
It's
that I won't post this
it's
for 2 weeks.
so it is this weekend. However, in addition to
What's
that,
the
we
date?
are
Because
doing
it's not
a
going to be
Call of
posted.
Duty intro meeting. And
Okay.
what that is, we're gonna I pushed it out already in the APUE Discord. So if you're not there, get there. It's
Link
gonna
will be in the
be this
description.
Sunday, and basically anybody is interested in, for one, COD and the competitive side of COD needs to attend, because myself, Actual, and Sky will be talking about basically the future of COD in APUE, because the the plan is, and I can say it now,
Yes,
the plan is
please.
to have two separate teams. You will have a pure Warzone team and a pure CDL team. The emphasis will be on Warzone due to the fact that the community within APUE
That's what we
wants
like to
Warzone.
play. Yeah.
They want Warzone.
Okay.
And it's, I would say personally, from my experience, it is quicker and easier to learn and to like grasp the concept of Warzone. Plus, it's free to play, so everybody likes free stuff. Can't go wrong with free 99. So anybody can hop on to be able to be a part of that.
Okay.
I know that Sky had created a questionnaire basically to get the fillers out of like where people are at their ranks, KD ratios, stuff like that, so we can grasp of like, hey, this is what could potentially be the team before we actually start doing the tryouts.
Right.
Okay.
Tryouts will be at a later date once Call of Duty Black Ops 6 comes out, because between the movement and play styles and maps on the current Call of Duty is going to be different from Black Ops 6.
Right.
So we want people to get a hands-on feeling for Black Ops 6 before we start pushing out the tryouts.
Got you. But for
Okay,
this
I like
Sunday's event, which is the 29th according to my calendar, that's
Correct.
just going to be a casual, everyone come play, meet the team kind of event.
Yes, yes, it would be theoretically the last COD community event, and then it'll also be the time for people that have questions about APUE COD, the COD scene. Like I'll be able to hopefully answer all questions that come my way.
Gotcha. All right. So outside, you kind of touched on this, but outside of Warzone and CDL, what are your future plans with APUE, in terms of kind of pushing that Call of Duty competitive side for us?
Win a tournament. Number one
Yes.
goal: win a tournament. Let's go.
Well, no, that should be win a match.
You win a match. Yes, you gotta start small.
We
Start
are
at 25
we,
meter targets before you get to the
we
300
we
meters.
are winless.
Yeah. So
where were you
definitely.
At, Wes?
He was helping. I can't lie. He
I
was helping. It was like I said, being the first year. It was people that played COD to play COD, and then we had people that were competitive, and that's that was like the biggest, like I was saying earlier, the biggest hurdle of for CDOs especially. You need to have that competitive, like already know how to do CDO
Mm-hmm.
and at least get the grasp of the maps and the game modes.
Gotcha.
And once you get that, then it's just based off of finding out what your player style is and then building upon that. But you got to start. It's like crawl, walk, run phase.
Oh,
And
don't you military this to me.
it's
I
the truth.
clocked out hours
We
ago.
we unfortunately went from, instead of doing crawl, walk, run, we went to jog, full sprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And
definitely went jog full sprint.
But
all right.
We went jog full sprint, and then like after the test, after like the test scrim I got for us, we should have went to crawl, and we just like
Yeah, it was too late. It was in too deep.
sprint.
Mhm.
Yeah.
so sorry to interrupt with the we would love to win a match. Goal definitely is tournament, but closer future plan. So definitely get those two teams established. What else you got for us?
So it's mainly internally being able to get the recognition for like APUE as like the gaming, like knowing that it's a gaming club, um and then inside the gaming club there is a competitive scene.
Right.
I don't like I when I talk to people and I say, hey, I go to AMU and I'm part of APUE, the gaming club. I don't want when people hear esports, they think competitive, which esports is competitive. However, the gaming club is a basically a lounge for gamers to come and relax, play games, talk, chit chat.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to like push that narrative of like, you come to have fun, and then if you show talent or you want to be a part of something bigger, that's when you can go for the competitive scene.
Mm-hmm. So me and Wesley were talking about this a little bit, and I have good news for people who want to achieve that. Is I did reach out to Student Affairs to see if we can transition from being just like you're saying a gaming club more into a sports team. So we are in talks with Student Affairs with that. How it'll go, like everyone's doing, we don't really know, but that is a huge focus of the club going forward. It's not just COD. It's going to be Overwatch. It's going to be Apex. It's going to be Fortnite. I will probably die in a puddle of shame if it's League as well, because Wes said if we do
we're gonna get a league. We're gonna get a league started.
It's people there. It's people there, and
we're gonna get a league team.
We just got to find them and make sure they know that it's a gaming club.
Yes.
League, and I think we also want to do Valorant CS:GO. I think we're gonna have the plan is to have the Valorant or CS:GO team like cover both games. So yeah, we got a lot of things planned. We hold on. Shout out to our Rocket League team because they've been holding us down.
They have been holding us down.
One of our main teams. So shout out Justin and the boys. They're who are actually competing too. So just be on the lookout in the Discord. We're gonna have some things coming up highlighting them as well. We're just kind of getting some of the back end stuff settled. But yeah, Rocket League still going strong. And can't wait to get more teams and more players involved with APUE club.
Yes, it's shaping up to be a very good year for APUS, so I'm very excited. So with that, do we have any final closing thoughts?
Actually, I got a question for you, Des.
Oh, we have a final question. All right, last one.
real quick.
Do you like hot dogs?
No, not. This question is not hot dog related. Please don't answer that.
Oh, well then we could just end the recording now.
All right. So really quick, rapid fire. Top 3 games you're looking for the rest for the end of the year.
Call of Duty. Oh man, well 2K already came out, so it was 2K. It was COD, and then I am venturing out to other games, more so PC based. So I'm looking at I got it right now. It's called Gray Zone Warfare. So I am to Milsim. So those are my top 3 games right now that I love Milsim. Squad, Arma.
Milsims are
Dragon Age
horrible.
and a Mass Effect fan. He can't say nothing. So.
Yeah.
First of all, don't you disrespect Peak like that. All right, let's not get crazy here. All right, those are two amazing RPGs.
Wes doesn't even know that it's about to be the anniversary of Paleo Pines, one of the best farming simulator games where you can make dinosaurs, so all his gaming opinions are trash, is all I'm saying. Man left the call. Oh, there he is.
I hit the button by accident.
No, that's
Oh,
fine.
well,
Dis definitely hit a button too, because my man. Oh no, you're not
he
frozen
went straight.
anymore. Okay, cool.
He went straight to his phone. Anyway.
Oh yeah, it was a mission.
All right, so
This man
me and
has a
Dis are about to go
mission
play
for
2K.
COD right now. He has to go. We need to end this recording.
All right. Me and Dis gonna go play 2K. Y'all have it easy.
Hey, y'all have a good one.
All right, that's it.
Appreciate you coming aboard.
All right. Well, thank you, Wes. Thank you, Dis. Thank you, everyone who tuned in. This is the APUS eSports podcast official episode 3. I guess we're signing
3?
out. Yeah, episode 3.
Yeah.
All right. Good night.